We got a phone call. Gumshoe says he found the killer's lair, but him and Maya are gone. We toss our phone across the courtroom, right? Edgeworth catches it. Gumshoe says, hey man, pal, buy us some more time, okay? Edgeworth tells us, no. Court is in session. Edgeworth fucking hung up. He hung up. I'm sorry, Your Honor, you were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. Where are my voices today? They're all over the place. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. Ugh. This time, I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. Really?
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? He is. I knew it. I knew he'd buy us some time. The Giga Chat of a man, exactly. I knew they were just juking us with that hang-up. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor, please. Please, please, please. Please. It's life or death. Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Okay. Last recess. This is finally it. Finally. 2:04 p.m. Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes. We can't find her in that time. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out, man. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Oh, gumshoe. That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys went looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. Oh my god. Speaking of Giga Chads, W Gumshoe, WW. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. Literally the bestest of boys. That's why when he got fired, I was just like, yes, come work for me. My man, right there. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm gonna put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'd say I'd be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Please don't hit traffic. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. The Gumshoe's about to start driving. If you've ever seen Lupin the Third, and they're driving in their little, like, old Beetle, I think it is. That's how the Gumshoe's about to be driving. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Hell yeah. I love him so much. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that'll be decisive enough to end this. What was that? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. Oh no. No. Gumshoe. Uh-oh. Send a car for Gumshoe. I don't know. What happened? It sounds like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? Driving like a crazy person. We gotta hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he's at. He was somewhere around, like, Very Big Circus. We know that. And, like, I think they said a 30-yard radius or something? His cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get to those items before they do, the police will just take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there's any way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident right now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? There's gotta be a way, right? That's right, there is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Let's see. What do we got? We got the note, teddy bear, bear. Footage taken by spy camera, radio waves transmit the data. Do we? The only thing I know of is the radio. But that's from the killer. The transceiver's not gonna have information. It's detached anyway. Why would it be the radio though? Because he left stuff behind, right?
Take that!
Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here. Oh shit, that won't work? Okay, I was hoping the D-killer left the radio behind or something. I guess it's up to me. Alright, I'll think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Did I say something wrong? Edgeworth. What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client's guilty, but what I'm doing now... I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent, and using the evidence to do so. Edgeworth has to do everything as always. Yeah, I'm sorry. The ones outside of the courtroom, I never get for some reason. It's just like, no brain at this point. The brain turns off once we step out of the courtroom, you know? It might be my turn to say, Defense Attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict, huh? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about about what it is you must do. Stop giving me tongue twisties. Back in court. Can we do it? Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yeah, Your Honor, I'm not sweating profusely or anything. Yes, Your Honor. Even he's like, oh. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is, it's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. The handwriting? Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Really? What? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impact herself. It is a fake. Okay. I didn't expect it to actually be a fake. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this was not written by Miss Impact, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Garita. Wow. So he straight up forged a suicide note to take down... what's his face? Mr. Bad Guy. He's actually evil, but, like, still. Matt on guard. Wow. They're both horrible. Okay, well... Mr. Carita? Well. It looks like Miss Impacts never left a suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so that facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that On Guard had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. Okay. The theory that Matt On Guard didn't know it was fake. Do we have anything? I think we do. The defense believes that the theory the prosecution has stated contradicts testimony. Oh. If everything the prosecution has proven up to this point is true, then it's impossible for Mr. On Guard to not have known it was a fake. So, my thinking is... he was spying on him with the camera. It was only for an hour, though. An hour during the time of the murder. But didn't they have another camera? Hold on. Did we get the other camera? We didn't. Okay, so... I'm pretty sure Edgeworth said something about... because we have this one, and then we were like, huh? What the heck? How does Edgeworth have another camera? Right? He was spying on him in multiple ways, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's the only thing that really makes sense anyway, so... What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera. You kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. On Guard knew of the existence of this note, because he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, I'm glad I kind of remembered it. It was a different way of remembering it, but I got there. If that were true, then this means Mr. On Guard would have known that the victim had forged the note. So then the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. And if that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was... It has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But, Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Karita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of. I mean, yeah? Right back at you though, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place, huh? Where's your proof? Yeah, you don't like it when you have to show proof, huh? Order, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it's you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured, it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. The question is, what next? What next? Is this it? Is this the part where we prove to Edgeworth who we are, pretty much? If the prosecution can't prove Mr. On Guard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, who? Who have we had? We've had... On Guard, maybe. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth's stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelley the killer to commit murder? Who? Matt? That's impossible. Who am I? No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth, who is this witness? Yes, go on, who is it? It's the man himself, Mr. Shelley the Killer. Okay, but... how's he here, and where'd Maya go, huh? Oh, Mr. the Killer. Did he just show up here? Oh, wait, Shelley the Killer? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here? To the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yeah? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice? Like, this is out of left field, Your Honor. I don't know. I can't really do much else to drag this trial out, so yeah, put the killer on the stand. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Is he here? Is he on our TV? Now then, witness. Your name and, well, your occupation, please. Oh, he's a walkie-talkie. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, did he just walk in, huh? Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I am a professional assassin. It's kind of funny because he has the stitches down the middle of his face, and the radio's cut off in the middle too. They did a good job on that. It looks kind of like him. I say, what's going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. So, this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my courtroom. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are in fact Shelly the Killer. I understand. Please, wait a second. What's he gonna do? Oh. I'm so hungry. Burger with cheese. Maya, no! We'll get you a burger. A voice. Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. It looks like we've run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. Okay, but why is he gonna answer this when he wants Matt to get innocent verdict, you know? This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelly the Killer. What's he gonna say? He's gonna pin it on somebody else, right? Like Adrian. There's something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the truth between a client... between a client and himself. And that's the reason I'm here today, on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. He probably is. Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about his trust between his client and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yeah, I am, sure. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Okay. I'll try my best, I guess. Press him on everything. Alright, there's something I must state first. I'll press it, why not? We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go ahead. Well, it appears this one witness you can't badger Mr. Wright. I'll badger him anyway. That's only because you don't know about my situation. I'll badger him as much as I want. He's not here to assassinate me. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself, okay? The trust between you and your client, huh? I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange... Listen, if you guys can hear bumpity bumps, my partner's over there doing something, I don't know what. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that's why you're testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... Yes, because I think Matt tried to do that to you? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. Oh. Uh-oh, do we have an out? Do we give him the bear and the tape? I mean, not tape. The bear and the security camera and say, hey, Matt was gonna have, you know, evidence of your stuff. They would certainly. That's enough. Please, no more. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. And that's the reason I'm here today on this witness stand. I'm pressing him on everything. Seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be a very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You, who gave you the right to be so high and mighty. To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. Oh, the judge had better watch himself. The budge had better watch himself, yeah. Backwards. It's my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay, press your name. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. Just get it out there. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things to say before I do. That egomaniacal. It's no good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience. Try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. He seems very steadfast and close, so you're gonna have to work to get him to talk. I'm not his therapist, you know. Alright. Okay, so... I know it's gotta be the bear, the camera, etc. But what do we do first and where do we put it is my problem. Nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And then... what did he say here? Is this where he said this stuff about the client not being his client very longer anymore? Or was it the first one? Doesn't matter to me. A client had already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Tried to implicate another of the crime. This is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Okay. And then the judge gets all scared because, well, he gets threatened. Okay, so maybe... let's go back here. I need to remember what he said here. The trust between you and clients. Fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and duties an assassin and his client are to carry out. Oh, so we just pressed this again. Okay. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. I forgot. It's been wanting me to press twice lately. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Well then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really, they do. They get it. In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You've made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Oh, okay, here we go. Now then, I do believe it's about time I revealed the name of my client, don't you agree? Yes. Hold on, though. What is it? Now I can't bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it right, then I will. Witness? What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... well... yeah, of course. It's Adrian Andrews. Sure, buddy. Uh-huh. What? There ain't no way it was Adrian Andrews. Witness? That's not who you told me it was earlier. Oh. Wait, so what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it's Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. the Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back, huh? He originally said Matt and now changed it on trial. He just said it was Matt so that he could get in here to say that it was Adrian to get Matt off the hook. Pretty much. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. the Killer told him a different name. Uh-huh. Matt on guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness, and he's telling you he's lying. You, Shelly the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct? And all I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this suicide note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there's possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But most definitively of all, we've heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. the Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it's obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. No, Judge, please. Not quite yet, come on. I seem to have caused you a bit of confusion. Please continue your discussion and call me when you've reached a verdict. What now? Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. How many times has it been our last chance in this one case? I feel like it's been like 10. Yeah, but Edgeworth's right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Can you live with yourself if you don't? Like, it's a lose-lose at this point. You wouldn't believe that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant. Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question this witness. Shelly the Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony just now. It was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he is the reason Celeste died. And Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. the Killer himself has testified. He's named you as his client. No, that's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and the button donning the nickel samurai costume. That's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste Impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty reason to want them both dead. No. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please. Help me. Oh no, the choice. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I believe we've reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. Oh. I have to decide. Here we go. I know what we're probably deciding, but... You know... Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? Ugh. Request the verdict, i.e. she's guilty, or request the trial continue. If we request the trial continue, we can try to at least draw it out long enough that Gumshoe says, "Hey, pal, I found her," you know? So, continue. Phoenix? I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. I mean, I feel like Maya would be pissed off if we let this guy go, you know? So, like, if she were here, she'd smack me upside the head and be like, nah. But Madame Guard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. See? He's not bad. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? Huh. I never thought about it until now. I trust him. Yes, you do! Why else would you have tossed your entire cell phone across the courtroom? Come on! Yes, you do. I already knew it. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But... That witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Come on, Gumshoe! Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. I feel like he's so happy with us that we made that choice. Oh, it's gonna be good at the end. We're gonna... a little bit closer to being friendly, you know? We've realized we trust him. He's realized that we made the correct choice. Here we go. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About... all you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well... actually, we'd like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Here we go. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrew is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Carita was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and the button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. Okay. This is a most unexpected turn of events for the, fifth time now. However, this time, everything has finally been revealed.
Objection!
Has it? Are we sure? Just a second, Your Honor. Oops. Could have saved, I guess, but no thanks. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Well, Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice, but yeah. Huh? Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then I'll expose the lies in that oh-so-beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes the two of us. Okay, let's press a bunch of it. See what we get. As I've already stated, Adrian Andrews is my client. However... What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, I might raise suspicions on his end. Uh-oh, okay. But I have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? Oh, because we saw Matt on guard give him a ton of money. I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. Nuh-uh, I'm not the... Mr. Wright. I wasn't... I don't want an assassination, sir. I promise. You want to kill me? You want me dead, don't you? No, I don't dislike you. You're kind of stupid sometimes, but I don't dislike you. What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you are hereby declared guilty. Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your client? They are your client, are they not? One thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. Give us more info on that, please. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Yeah, well, a change in occupation might be kind of good for you. You're a good butler, yeah? However, I will say this. Even though I'm the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt. My client did it to frame another for the crime.
Hold it!
Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card? So that no one has to waste their time, including the police, I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy? My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work, huh? Not to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife. And even hide my card from sight. She didn't hide it though. She was literally fiddling with it for hours. That is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. While pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene.
Hold it!
So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan your alibi too. I already told you. I don't have any intention of your services ever. No thanks. Don't look at me like that. I promise I'm not killing you. I'm not plotting. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one on trial here? I'm doing nothing. I promise. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning he was dead. You sure? From the very beginning? That is correct. From before my client visited the room. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. So they noted this one. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Garita was dead. Okay. Even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. Hydrate already? Okay, Mr. Skellymans, thank you. So, why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of a crime is pretty risky. And why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? Especially since that whole scandal was going on and she was being watched a bunch. That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On Guard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. My job is to kill, that is all. And to leave behind my business card, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your phone. That act is what I was referring to when the client broke the rules. And that's all you have to testify? Yes. And I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again? And you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? I'm planning on taking your name, sir. Excuse me? No. I'm fine, really. But it's a good name, Phoenix. Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. Is it supposed to storm here? Hold on. 1 second. It's supposed to be rainy. No. Okay. I must have just heard stuff going on. People moving stuff around in the house. Who knows? What are you gonna do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize that will be very bad for our client, right? Yeah. I know. I'm confused, but I can't do it. The one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial in yet. Okay. Adrian Andrews is my client, however. One thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. Me and Edgeworth kinda said that this was weird, right? This is the one? From the very beginning. I'm just gonna... Stuff like this, I'm just gonna press twice for a little bit, because for some reason, they want me to do it a lot. All of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. Okay, so this, first of all, is wrong to begin with, because, well... Depends, honestly. Matt kind of set up the security camera to have insurance, etc., but yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I wonder if that's really true. See, that's odd. Okay. I feel like we need to present something here, considering they said something. It was a very pointed, odd thing. Okay, none of this, more than likely. Oh, not the tabloid. Hotel map. Have we even used this at all? Anyway. Oh, the guitar case. So... The guitar case. They had planned to bring an extra costume. He was gonna dress up, Corrida was gonna dress up as the Nickel Samurai, go out and do the press conference with the fake suicide note, implicate Matt of all that stuff that was not true, using some lady's suicide, which is real crap. So that doesn't necessarily mean that she knew beforehand. Found next to the victim, filled with tomato juice, bears Andrew's prints. Okay. Photo of the murder. Let's just check it real quick. We got this busted up stuff. Guitar case with stuff on the outside, but not the inside. We know what's happening with that. We got juice with the tray. The tray that D-Killer brought in. Noted. Juice that Andrews said she made him some juice because she thought that he was passed out or something. Was placed next to the victim at the time of the murder. Miss Andrews was carrying it. I can't remember. Did Andrews know what this card was? I feel like she didn't. It's between this card and the juice, I think. It makes more sense for it to be the juice. Because even if she didn't know what this was, why would that have anything to do with her knowing beforehand, right? But the juice... I remember her saying that she thought he was just passed out at one point. Right? juice it is, I think. Yeah. If not, we'll try... Never mind. There goes the music. I was gonna say, if not, card. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room... Your client had no idea Juan Carita had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. It's filled with juice, but... The glass? Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Carita had only fainted. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? Fair? Yeah? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. True. If it was part of her plan, then she wouldn't have left fingerprints. Makes sense. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see their point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Oh, he stuttered a little bit. Isn't it a waste of time to talk about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? You can't see it, but Edgeworth is wagging his finger at you. That means nuh-uh. I'm afraid you're mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had knowledge of Mr. Carita's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. What now? This walkie-talkie's huge, by the way. It's humongous. It doesn't look so here, but in the farther out view, it's huge. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Objection? Tiniest objection in the world. Objection. Just whisper it. Phoenix. If the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know.
Objection!
I don't know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Oh, sorry about that, right? Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Shut up, Judge. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony regarding when the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here, I just know that the very outcome of his trial lies with those items. How much longer? How much longer, Gumshoe? Hurry! This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. Why would Adrian Andrews request you kill this man right before they had planned to do a press conference? Seems like some of the worst timing in the world, you know? Short of just killing him on the stage during the ceremony, kinda bad timing. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. That is what occurred. I trust my memory and I believe I have made no mistakes. You believe you've made no mistakes? For an assassin? You should do better than that. I'm sorry. I'm pressing you on that last one. Do better. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Came to me about a week ago. Okay. 1 week ago? You sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations. And I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time, huh? Okay, we've stopped and made a note of that, so maybe there. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony.
Hold it!
Nuh-uh. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I try to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I had only my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? Press further. So, what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night, huh? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The suicide note bear? The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. The bear puzzle. Inside that figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at the press conference, after all. That is correct. Can we get you to add that to your testimony so I can go, nah, objection? And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any important? Yes, very. The testimony just now made one thing clear, and that is... the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Yeah. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? I thought we were going somewhere else with that. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Okay, so hold on. Let me go back one. Let me see what that one was. A request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. How is that not important? About a week ago. We noted something on this one. And then kinda something on this one, but... apparently it's not that important. We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. What was the bar? Do they have security cameras? So, you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. And what was that? What was with that brief pause, huh? Do you know what she looks like? Can you describe her? What kind of glasses does she wear? She has like 20 pairs that she can replace at will. Witness, I'd like for you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's That's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. Be here lurking? Work today? Have a good day at work, okay? Thank you for lurking. I appreciate it. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Was it? Was it important? The last one was not. He paused. Yes, it's very important. He needs to say whether he knows what she looks like. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. De Killer had met his client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? No. No. Bro, I think they're going somewhere else with these when I say they're very important. And they're just not. You see, it's just as I said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Help! Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. I am. It's just going in a different direction than I expect. Now then, would the witness please continue? That's what occurred. I trust my testimony, and I believe I've made no mistakes. Okay. You believe, huh? So, your client was Adrian Andrews? That is correct. No, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. Okay. So if they met, there should be nothing wrong with his testimony. Okay. Got it. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Okay, let's go again. Okay, we pressed this. Let's press this one more time. See if it gives us anything different. It's been giving us different stuff for second presses on stuff. Okay, there was a brief pause. We pressed it. I'd like for us to give a few more details. Never taken across by telephone or mail. Value the trust between a client and myself above all else. The only way to establish that is to speak to the client while looking them in the eye. And then we tried to say this was important and it was not seen as important, so I'll let it go, sure. Oh, wait. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? Oh, okay, okay. I've already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him. Him, huh? Huh. Adrian Andrews, I'm sorry. Adrian Andrews. Is she? That's what I thought. I can trust this person as a client. You could trust him, huh? It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Now it was, Your Honor. Now it was. He fucked up. If I heard what I think I just heard just now, then I think I've got him. Edgeworth, did you hear it? Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Ah, really? If that's the case, Witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony and do not switch it. Don't realize and switch it, please. Very well. Kim. Oh, okay. There it is. Alright. I was a little ahead of myself. I just needed this. From the moment I saw him, and I'm gonna save because I blew up some of my truth juice going the wrong way for a minute. Hold on. Him? Him who? But as we now know, that was not how it turned out, correct? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews turned out to be a client who couldn't stick to the rules, right? Well, yes. I suppose you are correct. So, I would like to check one last time. Are you sure your testimony is accurate? That is what occurred. I trust my memory and I believe I've made no mistakes. But you did. But you did. You made 3 mistakes. So, your client was Adrian Andrews? That is correct. Oh, he says the 2 of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything... Oh. Well, there doesn't seem... He's literally saying him! Hello? Okay, I found a flaw, but how do I poke it? Whoa, we have 2? I didn't realize that for some reason.
Objection!
There we go. Okay. Had it backwards. Got it. Got it. Figured it out. I'd like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at a bar and took the request at that time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy? How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that's an impossible tale. What? Shelley the Killer? You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up. About her. So, what is the issue? Oh. What did you say just now? About her? If you'd ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you she's a woman. Oh, you blew up! Come back! Somebody fix him real quick! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking the request. But he's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client would not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Oh, he's leaking oil! Oh no! Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? 'Cause he's... shit, Your Honor? I believe it has something to do with her name, Your Honor. Yeah, Adrian can be a unisex name, to be honest. 'Cause honestly, I've only ever known one Adrian, and it was a guy, so... Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. Hell yeah! What? What's going on? Shelley the Killer. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. I know he's just going to spit out more lies. But... hey, why not? Very well, but this time, please give us the truth and nothing but the truth. Here we go again. Yes, now I remember. I took that request by mail. Excuse me? There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of Mr. Juan Garrido and 2 or 3 other small things. Oh, what were the small things? When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. I press on everything. So you took this job through a letter? He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony. Which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know. I can't make him suspicious, but... I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Gotta feel good. Having that trust. Yes. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. I took that request by mail. Okay, how often do you take requests by mail and not remember? But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now. Let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not gonna work on me. Alright then, I'll yell. Alright then, just cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't badger a witness with such hard words. Sorry. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof Mr. the Killer met with his client? No. Not really, no. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I don't have any proof. I see. And your line of questioning was just another waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong. Hey, you know I'm wasting time. Stop! There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. Really. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I've been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities? On top of which, the times have changed. It's now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times and now I'll take requests via electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insulated envelope? No, Your Honor. No, you don't. I'll bring you a computer later, maybe Gumshoe. You know what? Hire Gumshoe. He'll be your IT man. I'm sure he's great at it. I'm sure he knows computer. He doesn't. He's gonna be garbage, but shh. He knows more than the judge at least, right? I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what is commonly referred to as email. Email? In a contest of mimicry, the judge would beat a parrot. Hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and your request was for the murder of Juan Carita and 2 or 3 other things.
Hold it!
Give me more info on those other things, Yes. And what were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with this case. Ah. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? No. It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Yeah, but we trust Edgeworth to back us up on this, right? We said that, so we can, right? So let's trust Edgeworth. I trust him. Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yeah? Everything I've said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wondered, what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination? I got no explanation, for real. Could it be that you're planning to betray your own client? No! Nuh-uh, never! That's... No. Say it with conviction, Phoenix. Don't stutter now. Say, never. I'm an angel. I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait. Oh, God. This is looking really bad.